Hey guys, what's up and welcome to today's video. I am not going to waste any time. I am just going to jump right into it. I have in front of me the Blendiful blenders from Tati Beauty. You guys, I placed my order for these on Friday. I was on the website at 11:59 Central Time because they launch at noon for me. Everything launches at noon, and you want to know what's really funny is that I actually have a 12 o'clock alarm on my iPhone that will just perpetually go off on like Tuesdays and Fridays because that seems to be when everything launches. So that is how crazy I am with makeup launches. I don't want to miss out. I definitely have FOMO, but I picked these up on Friday. I did pay for expedited shipping and they got to me today. I've only had these in my hands for a few hours. This is a genuine first impressions. I obviously have never used these before. I want to try foundation, concealer, cream contour. I want to press powder into the skin using these. I really want to get a good feel of how these work. I'm actually really excited to try them in my ColourPop Super Shock highlight. I don't know why you think that that would be not what most people are probably the most excited to try these out with, but for some reason I'm like, oh my god, I hope that they just press highlight into the skin and just make it look so natural and glowy. That's what I'm most excited for. So I have a stick contour, I have some powder bronzer, my foundation, my Tarte Shape Tape, I have different setting powders, I have my highlight in front of me. So we're gonna go ahead and put it to the test, see how these bad boys work. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. So you do get a pack of two. You get the large Blendiful and the little Blendiful that is shaped like a heart. These are so adorable. They do feel very soft, and surprisingly enough, they do bend quite easily. The large one is said to be used obviously for everything. I do love that it can bend and move and that it is very pliable. It feels very soft. And then this little guy, I assume, at least for me, is if you really need to get into smaller places, but this is one that can actually be carried with you on the go. It can actually set makeup back into place and just kind of re-blur everything and keep things looking fresh and basically like you had just applied your makeup. So I think that this is really cute and a really good idea. The two of these for 18 bucks, pretty fairly priced if you ask me. I'm actually going to zoom you guys in because I want you guys to see things up close to actually see how they're working. I'm going to use all of my normal Holy Grail products. We're not using anything new here. So I'm going to zoom you guys in. So I'm just going to go ahead and pump some foundation on the back of my hand like I normally would. And in case you're wondering, I do have the Textured Neutrals Volume 1 on my eyes right now. Love that palette. So I'm just gonna go in like usual. I am gonna start by dotting it on the face. I'm sure I could dip the Blendiful right into the product, but like I said, I wanna do things exactly as I normally would, and this is how I would do them. So I'm just gonna take one edge like this, and I'm just gonna start stamping into the skin. I want you guys to be able to get a good look at how things are working. Now, she said that she made these large enough so that you could use it for more than one product at a time, which I think is a really awesome idea. I mean, this is actually going easy. You would think with the way that this feels, it almost feels foreign. We're so used to beauty blenders and brushes that it's like you wouldn't think to use something like this with the texture that it is for foundation. What are you guys thinking? I think I look like I have absolutely no pores. That made my foundation look like velvet. It's crazy. There's not much product on the back of this at all. So I don't feel like it's like eating up my product, and I definitely don't feel like I'm using more than usual. I definitely feel like I want to use a stamping motion. I have visibly less obvious pores on my forehead. This is usually the area that I have the most trouble with pores, is in my forehead. This is a nifty little tool. I don't see any streaks or marks from the fabric that this is made out of. It is 100% polyester. Definitely prevents product from caking anywhere too, which is really nice. Let's move on to some concealer. I'm just gonna use a little bit of Shape Tape today. Concealer went on beautifully too. That was really nice. When I see people putting on like a crap ton of Shape Tape, I'm like, I don't know how y'all don't look super cakey in public, because this product is so high coverage and so thick that like the smallest amount goes such a long way for me. That was just too easy, you guys. Look at that. There's like not much product left on here at all, which means I didn't get a lot going to waste. I think my base looks pretty damn flawless. Things are looking very smooth and definitely very blended. I have a hair. So the name Blendiful is quite accurate so far. Let's try some cream contour. I have the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks. This is in the shade Mocha. I haven't used this in a long time, but this is one of my favorite contour sticks. It's like the most perfect shade ever. So I'm gonna get a fresh corner here and I'm just gonna start blending this upwards. Don't worry, we will use bronzer as well so that I don't have such a crazy harsh line, but sometimes I like to just kind of carve out the face with some contour first and then add some bronzer on top of that. Crazy thing is it's not moving my foundation around at all. So going over this spot and just really blending out this contour isn't like messing with my foundation in any way, shape, or form. Everything is staying really nicely in place. Let's try this with some powder bronzer. I'm just gonna dip into my NARS palette. This is the Summer Lights palette. I'm gonna pick up some of this bronzer right here. Moving on to a clean part of the Blendiful. I don't wanna like go too heavy, so I'm gonna stamp some excess on my back of my hand first before I go in and like stamp this on. You guys, this thing is like magic. It just does so much. You need like one tool. You don't need like any makeup brushes. It's like you don't need anything else. You could do a full face complexion with the Blendiful. I'm gonna try to contour down the nose by picking up some of this. All right, that's an intense nose contour, but that's okay. I don't use any filters or anything on my camera, just so you know, but my powder and my foundation and everything is just like snatched, like set into place. So I think actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip into some of the Jaclyn Hill. This is one of her Mood Light powders. And the other thing is too, actually, if you're running out of room, you can flip it over and just flip this. Like this is all I did. I went like this, flipped it, and now I have a whole extra clean side again. That's what we're doing. So I'm gonna dip in some of this Mood Light powder. This Mood Light powder, it makes your skin look so flush and gives it this beautiful sheen. And then on that same side, I'm gonna dip into my Glossier Wowder. This is what I'm gonna use to set my under eyes with, since we haven't done that yet. So here's the moment we've all, at least I've been waiting for, is highlight. I'm not quite sure how much I need to pick up because I can't actually see what is on the sponge, so we're just gonna go for it. Definitely picked up product. It's nice, I just don't know if it's for this formula per se. Oh, there we go. We've got some glow. Like I said, and that's what I was kind of hoping, is that it would press it into the skin and it wouldn't look harsh. I do wanna try some powder highlight. I have the Jaclyn Loose Highlighter in Extra. Let's try that. I feel like this might work even better because it's a powder. The Super Shock formula is very interesting. Works even better with a powder highlight. Like this looks beautiful too, but the powder, especially with Jaclyn's formula, it just really presses it into the skin. It doesn't look like it's too heavy or too much. Lock everything in with some MAC Fix Plus. All right, you guys, so there you have it, a full face of complexion using just the Tati Beauty Blendiful blender. I think that this thing is a home run. It is fantastic. You just saw for yourself how beautiful and how much of a poreless face this gave me. I normally have very large pores here on my forehead, and I think the active motion of stamping product into the skin versus moving it around with a brush is definitely what's giving us that beautiful airbrushed look. This kind of takes the best of both worlds. So it doesn't eat up a ton of product, as you can see. I mean, there is not much product on this at all. In fact, like I said, what's nice is that you can kind of flip this around and then use the back side. I still could use this a whole other time. I mean, this side is fairly clean. Yes, you do have to wash them between uses, but Tati did say that it dries fairly quickly, which is awesome. And you do get the little guy if you're in a pinch. This guy's dirty, you forgot to wash it. You've got your little guy as backup here, but this is something that's definitely going to be a staple that I continue to reach for because, like I said, as you can see, my makeup looks absolutely flawless. Like my base, even right now, in real time, looking at myself in my mirror right here, this is truly the best that my base has ever looked. I am loving what it did for my nose contour. I love what it did for the highlight. I think my favorite part of all of it was dipping into my powder bronzer here in my NARS palette and being able to just pat that on the skin, and it was like, boom, instant glow. If you are someone who travels a lot, if you are gone for long hours at work and you have to keep fresh, you're in a lot of meetings, and you kind of got to put your best face forward at all times, times and you've got a palette that you carry around with you, that is perfect because you can dip into a finishing powder, you can dip into your bronzer, boom, 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 just pat it onto the skin and you are completely done. You're gonna look refreshed, things are gonna look beautiful. And if you don't have product with you, again, like this little guy here is said to be able to just go ahead and just press everything back into place to keep your makeup looking fresh, kind of reblend everything out. Definitely no harsh lines, that is very true. I feel like I just like dipped my face into like an automatic makeup blender and I'm like, boom, here I am with beautifully blended makeup. So I would definitely say, you guys, for 18 bucks, 100% give this product a try. It will end up probably replacing all of the other things that you use to apply your makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I didn't need to use any brushes. I didn't have to get any sponges wet, nothing, one thing, and I could do my entire face of makeup. In fact, I plan on ordering more of these because I want to have them because they're so handy and it worked beautifully. I'm living. My skin looks beautiful right now. Tati, girl, you are making products that we didn't even know we needed. And that's what the beauty community needs. We need innovation. We need something different. That is what's keeping makeup exciting. You know, we are seeing so much of the same. And I think a lot of us are getting kind of overwhelmed and just feel like, blah. That's what we need. We need innovation. That's what you did with your textured neutrals palette, which I absolutely love. And that's what you did with this as well. You are killing it. And you're making me very excited to see what products you're gonna come out with in the future. So there you guys have it. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you picked up any of the Blendiful blenders. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it, share it, and of course, please be sure to subscribe to my channel before you go. You know, I love you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye, guys!